Welcome to this special news update regarding our brothers in Venezuela. As reported in the JW News section of jw.org in August 2017, our brothers in Venezuela are enduring difficult economic conditions. Sadly, the overall situation continues to worsen. Basic needs like food and medicine are hard to obtain. Violence and crime is on the increase. Things are chaotic. Because we love our worldwide brotherhood, this difficult situation affects all of us. As Paul said at 1 Corinthians 12:26, if one member suffers, all the other members suffer with it. Or if a member is glorified, all the other members rejoice with it. No doubt you pray regularly for our brothers in Venezuela. Despite these difficult times, how are our brothers doing spiritually? We're sure you'll find the following report to be sobering and encouraging. Notice how, despite these difficult times, our brothers in Venezuela are showing love and faith. May this report motivate all of us to continue having unity of mind, fellow feeling, brotherly affection, and tender compassion, as 1 Peter 3:8 says.
It's amazing to see how far the situation has gone, and we're still at it. So people in general have a lot of endurance, and the brothers, they endure. They're still cheerful. They have to trust one another. They have to rely on one another.
We gathered some statistics 2 months ago, and we found out in only 3 years, 7,000 publishers, among them many elders, many pioneers, have left the country because of the dangers. They have felt threatened. Some had been kidnapped, let go, and then they left the country. Family members have been killed, and so on.
It's one of the things we had to do, and the local congregations, which most of them have quite a few Bethelite elders, is they move their meeting time on the weekdays to an earlier hour. So the brothers can go to the meeting with daylight, and sometimes they can go home after the meeting with some daylight. If you go to some congregations that are well-to-do, I've been to the place and you don't see anyone at the meeting with their cell phones or tablets. And I say, why is that? Well, it's not because they're afraid to lose it. They just don't want to attract criminals into the Kingdom Hall. So one tablet, all might suffer. So you see they're learning to be streetwise even more, because the Venezuelans, you have to be streetwise for a long time ago in the past. But now it's getting worse. But the brotherhood in general, they don't complain. At least in my congregation, you have to ask and you have to show real interest so the brothers and sisters can tell you what they're going through.
I knocked on the door, and the door opened just a little crack. And the young man, when he saw me, opened the door wide. And we talked. I asked him, have you ever read the Bible? He said, oh, when I was in prison, I read it a lot. He probably said that to see what my reaction. No, we just kept talking and talking. Behind him was another young man. He had a pistol in his hand. I saw that and I didn't react. So he put the gun in his pocket. And we kept talking for about 15, 20 minutes. When we went away, the brother that was with me, he was quite upset. He said, do you know who that was? I said, no. That was one of the gang leaders. He has killed a lot of people. I said, well, what I notice is that he's a human being just like the rest. He needs the message. We have noticed too, the last few years, an increase not only in publishers, pioneers. And who are starting to pioneer? Well, as usual, mostly sisters, but many brothers, many elders. They may have had a good job. They lost their job because the company closed down and left the country. So many brothers have mentioned to me, well, I lost my job, I have no job, now I can pioneer. So they start pioneering. And I think that's very good, and that helps them to keep going.
I'm sure the brothers are happy to see that everybody cares, everybody in the Brotherhood worldwide, and that the governing bodies is informed and doing all they physically can to help us with their prayers. So when you feel part of the worldwide brotherhood, that you're not alone, that has a calming effect on you, and your confidence or faith in Jehovah's organization as a physical, visible organization grows. So we know we're part of something bigger than just a country. But this is putting to the test how strongly we have faith in Bible principles. We think they work, but when they're put to the test, then you're convinced that they worked. And then I'm convinced that we'll come out of this stronger. And that's what James said, that endurance needs to go to work on each one of us. So if you view it that way, then that gives you hope that this sad and hard and difficult times will make us better.
Nehemiah 8:10 says, "Do not be sad, for the joy of Jehovah is your stronghold." So where is our strength? In the joy of Jehovah. I think we should always be positive, not negative. Not concentrate on the negative. Like I quoted before, Nehemiah 8:10. The joy of Jehovah, that's what we see among the brothers. The numbers came down because of the 7,000 that have left. But the congregations keep reporting, and the circuit overseers and their reports keep showing us new people are still coming into the truth, many new ones. So that's positive. They're not paralyzed. Because of that, they keep focused on the kingdom, Jesus the King, and they keep going in that direction. Anytime anyone looks to the side and looks at the storm, he stops in his tracks and he starts missing meetings. He starts thinking about his wallet, his money, his bank account. So that is not good. Keep focused on the kingdom.
We're proud of you, brothers in Venezuela, for keeping focused on spiritual things and maintaining a positive spirit during these difficult times. The reports show that of the 140,000 publishers in Venezuela, over 30,000 are regular pioneers, and 9,000 are auxiliary pioneers. On average, publishers spend 15 hours in the ministry each month. They're conducting close to 200,000 Bible studies. To illustrate the spirit of our brothers in Venezuela, note these two comments from circuit overseers. Our brothers live in an area of extreme poverty and insecurity. Meeting attendance is excellent, although most of our brothers live far from the Kingdom Hall and have to walk for more than an hour. The regularity in service is 100%. Another circuit overseer reported 50% of the publishers are regular pioneers. There are only 2 elders, but they are hardworking, humble, well-organized, and a good example in the preaching and shepherding work. We're encouraged by the love and faith that you brothers in Venezuela show. Please know that we love you all very much. We're going to hear more about our brothers in Venezuela in another special report that will be released on video on demand on November 12, 2018. The video is entitled Surviving Trials in Venezuela. It's an interview with a couple from Venezuela who recently attended the 144th class of Gilead. This is JW Broadcasting from the world headquarters of Jehovah's Witnesses.